All right, so I'm going to show you guys today how we ended up getting 300 points profit on NQ, which is obviously absolutely massive. How we identified the entry, obviously why we caught the biggest trade of the entire, trading community today. You had people here and there getting 30 points, 40 points. Some groups got 100, but reality is they chased the move. They chased this move. As you'll see, we were already heavy in profit by the time other people were entering, mainly because we focus on proper entry criteria, which does relate back to trading with order flow. That involves order book level 2, time and sales, volume footprint chart, book map, whatever you want to use to help you improve as a trader. It could even be something as simple as volume session profile. These tools help you read what's happening within the candle as opposed to just taking blind entries based on, hey, there's this 2-bar setup or 15-minute orb. All that mumbo jumbo does is make you get losses in the long run. If you backtest these strategies without cherry picking, if you backtest them every single day, we have traded every single day, so that's why I use that as a reference. If you backtest every single day, you will have sub 50% win rates. They are garbage strategies. They really do ensure that you'll be read. The majority of the people that push these strategies are simply trying to sell you a course. But trading, reading order flow, looking at volume, watching where order blocks react and where the heavy players come in, that is how you determine where to get good entries, where to take full exits, where to look for pivot reversals. Again, that's what we did today. We caught 300 points on the way down. Then we also timed a reversal for 143 points profit. Perfect reversal. This is done using technical analysis combined with order flow. Again, we have a wonderful green streak going on in 2026 as well. We haven't had a single red day in 2026. We have had losses, obviously, but the green trades exceed the red trades. So be sure to check it out. I'll go over the full trade here. And I will also upload a separate video showing the actual live trade. So if you would like to reference that, just click on my playlist. I'll have it pop up somewhere here, but it just says live trades. You can see all the live trades I've ever taken with my live entries, my exits. You can see how all this plays out. If you're ever interested, the link in the description does have any of the prop firm accounts that we use. They obviously support the channel and also the access to the live stream community if you want to join Valor. Okay, so it's limited access there, but you're going to see a lot of value in this. So let's get into the actual trades. And we also had this beautiful Apple trade here. This was just a breakout on the watch list. Again, I posted this on my posted this on the Instagram page, but I post a watch list every single morning, and we had a breakout of this level here on Apple. I told everyone I loved this breakout to the downside. We actually caught the opposite the other day, 1,130% profit the day prior. Again, we took a majority exit around 100% simply because this was a strong bounce level I had. But I did tell everybody, I said, if we slip this, we got room to 250. And if we get below 250, it's going to be game over. And as you can see, those contracts started to pick up an enormous amount of value. Simply, this is just how option contracts work sometimes, right? When the move just starts to trend in one direction, contracts can make a lot of value. The beautiful part about this as well is these were 1-day expiration. They weren't even 0-day expiration. These were 0-day expiration. That's why that was 1,000%. If these were 0-day expiration, this probably would have been 2,000 to 3,000% profit. But we're able to realize 1,015% profit down here towards the bottom. Absolutely beautiful trade. And as you can see, it found support right on my level here at 246. Started to move to the upside. And you can see 250 proved to be the level, right? Like I said, 250 was that key level there. You can see it was a clean break and retest of 250. Retested that beautifully and started to push to the upside. But tremendous trade here on Apple. I mean, it really doesn't get any better than this. These were all of our trims on the way down. So I love to see it play out. Had a lot of people make some really good money here. For reference, if you don't know what 1,000% profit, that just means 10x. So contracts cost $50 when we bought them. The contracts were $50 a contract. And at the peak, they were $500 a contract. So really massive return there on those contracts. Beautiful to see this play out. We've had multiple trades like this, actually. We had the same thing happen with Meta last week. We had 2 back-to-back 1,000% trades on Meta the week prior. So we've been really, other traders will never see this once in their life. They'll never see 1,000% profit return on a real trade. So to have 4 of these happen in 2 weeks, it really just goes to show, the quality of my signals and my call outs for the majority of the community and to let people capitalize on this. All right, so let's get started here. So you guys can see this were our trades on the day today. We had a breakout to the upside for 266. This entry was too fast. I wasn't even able to call this out because it was such a fast trade. This trade lasted literally about like 8 seconds. Still a solid trade, right? 40 points profit, nothing to scoff at. We did have a lot of students were able to take profit with that using an ATM feature. That was really based on the technical analysis, pre-market strength to the upside, as we were seeing that in the last really 20 minutes here, hold of this level and started to push. Now, the big reversal, right? The big 300-point trade. That's what we really care about. How did I identify this? What was I watching? Where was the entry criteria, et cetera? So my initial game plan was not to go short until we hit 24,196. As you can see, an entry at 24,196 still would have played out well because that means your entry would have been down here. It didn't touch it there. You would have entered over here. Still would have played out really well. That's what I wrote on my watch list, was an entry at 24,196. But as you'll see on the live trade recording, what I really saw as we started to approach this level at 24,244, we had an aggressive rejection, right? And I'm telling all the students, hey, this is rejecting my key level. Key levels I find on the 4-hour time frame. I also have a video in my education section going over how I find these. But once we started and came back to our entry, right? We came back technically where we entered at. I said, this is confirming a rejection. That is a nasty rejection of my key level. And I told everybody, I said, this candle, if it flips green to red, which means the entry would be right there at 244, I'm going to get into shorts. I'm going to take an early entry for shorts. So sure enough, candle flips green to red. I call it out live. I say, I'm going to give shorts a shot right here on the volume flip. Now, what I saw was on the order book and on the volume footprint chart, I saw the orders completely reverse. So what you're seeing is essentially large buying pressure versus not much selling pressure, right? Versus the ask versus the bid. And I saw the ask much higher than the bid. Then once we started to reject, there was almost no orders coming in at the ask. Meanwhile, price is starting to sell aggressively. And that's where you see that reversal come into play. All right. So we end up riding this move down, getting a roughly around 45 points profit. Then it gets back to the entry. All right. Now, I have some students with their stops at entry. I have some students that don't use their stop losses at entry. Regardless, with this specific trade, I did go over the pros of stopping out at entry, saying, hey, just in case this reverses completely, you're obviously safe. You have zero drawdown, etc. Otherwise, we want to see a hold of 266. I said the only way this trade would be invalidated is if we actually get above 266. Otherwise, this is still a go. Shorts are still a go, as long as we're below 266, because that's confirming that this key level was a rejection. So you see price retrace back up. Once it comes back down, I now give entry criteria. So this is where I'm giving A, confirmed thesis to stay in the trade, and B, re-entry criteria for anyone that has gotten stopped out in profit and or someone who has not taken a trade at all yet. Believe it or not, I do have students that they do not copy my trades. They will wait for their own confirmation. So right here, I was using in conjunction at the same time, I said, hey, look, NVIDIA. If NVIDIA, because it was pushing up at the time, I told everybody verbatim, it was just a perfect rejection. I said, if NVIDIA can come up and reject this, it looks like a little glitchy on the screen here. I'm not sure if you can see this, but 177, I have a level right here at 177. If it can reject 177, it's going to start to drag the market down with it, and this move will start to play out very, very well. It's also on my Instagram. Sure enough, you see NVIDIA does just that. So technically, it's like I called out two trades at once because NVIDIA did start to reject and dump. And that is where you start to see NQ start to follow suit. So I told everybody right here at 42, the reconfirmation, I said it's reconfirming if you'd like to get in. It's still a beautiful trade. And then boom, we see this beautiful, beautiful downside move. I had another confirmation I was giving as well. The other confirmation I gave was a retest of 196. Sadly, I do see that there are some people online that still copy my trades. I'm in the process of trying to handle that on my end. But hey, helping other groups be profitable, right? I saw Team BS was able to copy my trade here and get into shorts as well. But pretty clean level here, right? We have 196. We can see it was pretty well respected in the pre-market. I've had this level here for a while. So I told all the students, I said, hey, look, I'm expecting a bounce somewhere around this key level. That's what I told everyone. I'm expecting a bounce around this key level. And what would be good, ideal reentry criteria, because again, believe it or not, at this point, I still had students that were not in the trade with me. They were still hesitant, not wanting to take an entry. Some of them had just taken small profit and they were waiting for a reentry. So that was the reentry criteria I gave. As it pulled up, however, it had strong volume. It had strong volume as it pulled up. So I did. I said out loud, I said, hey guys, I know it's at my retest spot. I said, it is a little sketchy though, because there was such strong volume on that push to the upside. There was a lot of buying pressure. So reading the tape here, it did look a little sketchy, which does explain how it didn't respect my level to the T. It's not like it respected it by a point and then started to reject, right? This did slip above the level quite a bit. It went from 196 to 205, which slipped it by about 9 points. But again, the trades I call out are with right around a 20-point stop loss. So obviously you would have stomached that just fine and rode this down into profit. The confirmation here really would have been the second you saw it form a higher high and reject immediately and then start to slip below 188. That would be a really good confirmation on your end. A little bit of a late entry in my book. But for someone who's a little bit skeptical about this is what would give you really good confirmation to say, I'm going to give this trade a shot. Let's just see what happens. As you can see, we break through the new low. We keep riding this puppy down, and this ends up hitting 243 points profit. Now, once we've hit 243 points profit here, this is where I told everybody, this is a great, legitimate, full exit. Like you have one NQ left. If I only had one NQ, this is where I would be taking full profit. The reason being simply because this is a major support level, 24,000. We've taken a lot of pivot trades off of this before. We actually had a 1,000 point swing trade on NQ because of this before, a bounce trade. So same thing here. I told the students, you don't want to risk anymore. Take that full exit. Also, I do expect the market to bounce. I said it prior to happening. I said it right here at 24,019. I said in this realm, I do expect the market to bounce. So called out the bounce there, and you can see beautiful bounce. Actually wrote it up for 143 at the peak, but the trims themselves was at 35 points profit. I told the students they could scale out roughly 60% of their position, leave 40% of your position for 100 points profit. I said we will more than likely come back up into my order block, which would be 115 points. And sure enough, I went right to 100 points profit. Students were able to have an incredible 3 to 4R trade, even on the bounce, even after such a massive winning trade to the downside. So it's beautiful, beautiful to see this play out. I did see a couple of my students, I'm talking maybe 3 or 4, they struggled with this trade. That's simply just the lack of confidence in the setup, really. Because if somebody was in this and they decided, hey, I don't want to hold this thing anymore, or I don't want to take any of these reentries, what that tells me is you had zero confidence in the trade itself. If you have someone like me telling you, I am still in the trade, I'm watching, waiting for it to rock and roll, here's possible reentry criteria number 1, 2, and 3. Hey, if this happens, it should continue to sell, happening 1, 2, 3 times, and somehow you still were not a part of this trade, all that tells me is you have zero confidence in trading. You truly, that means you need a complete, like, almost like someone calling it out for you every single time verbatim, and even then that's not working because you didn't answer in the first time. So that's something you really want to think about. If you're in, whether you're in my group or in a different trading group, it doesn't really matter. But if you don't have the ability to enter trades on your own, if you're constantly paralyzed by fear, you need to overcome that sooner than later, because just like anything you try that's new, the nerves will get to you. You have to overcome those nerves. The fear of the unknown will always be present when it comes to day trading. If you let that overcome you, it can ruin your whole trade. I tell my students this all the time. If I hesitate for 1 to 2 seconds, that can ruin my whole trade. It can ruin everything. Anyone that says otherwise is a complete liar, by the way. If you are day trading and you plan to be cash within an hour, 1 to 2 seconds makes a massive difference when it comes to trading. All right. So your entries need to be precise. You need to be able to execute on time, and you need to have a vision of your trade before it happens. I should know, hey, if it pulls back here and I take a stop loss, can I stomach that stop loss? At what points will I scale out of this trade, whether it's profit percentages or point targets with NQ? You need to have a game plan in X, Y, and Z before you take that entry. Okay. You need to be prepared also for a stop loss. I'll see people all the time. They get stopped out, and then, oh, woe is me. They become a victim in their head, and they just go on tilt in their own mind. They do it to themselves. It's all self-inflicted. And if you say it out loud, it's absolutely ridiculous. Like, to put yourself, hey, I just walked up to my car, 1 tire slashed. Let me go ahead and slash the other 3 tires just because. That's what people do in their head with their trading. It just blows my mind. I understand it to a certain extent, but also I did not struggle with that much. It could just be from the Marine Corps side, but also I think it just comes from more of like it's just common sense, right? Why if I take one loss Why would I let that one loss send me in a massive spiral? I planned for two losses. I showed up on the day saying I'm willing to take two stop losses, two full size stops. Let's say 150 bucks, 150 bucks. My max loss on the day is 300 bucks. That is extremely reasonable. There is no reason I should take a $150 loss and go, holy moly, it's over. It's game over. The world's going to end. Let's just go full blown tilt, 7 NQ on the next trade. We're going to blow the account anyway. Let's just see if we can get a massive win. You're never going to make it like that. You're never going to make it like that. 1 or 2 days out of 10, yeah, and that trade might perform well, but the majority of the time you're going to get wrecked. Most success I see is from students who downsize, take trading seriously, journal every single trade, especially the losing trades. That's where you learn a lot from, and really look at why you're getting into a trade. Okay, a lot of you guys that are in signal groups, you just follow call outs blindly, and that individual is not giving you any explanation of why you're getting into that trade or what you're looking for. What was their signal to get in the trade, right? Did they see something on the volume? What are they looking at? Half the time it's just, I'm going to give shorts a shot here. They're just throwing something at the wall and they're hoping it sticks. That's what all these trading groups do. I literally go over my exact explanation in the pre-market of why I want to get into these trades. That way, all of my students know, okay, I already know why he's entering shorts. I just have to execute if I want to follow James or not. But for the most part, people have to make that decision on their own. They have to tell themselves ahead of time, okay, James wants to go short at this level. Do I like that as well? And they have about 15 minutes to decide if that's what they like. And if they like to do that, hey, go ahead and execute. If not, okay, formulate your own plan and execute on that. So, but you have to understand, day trading comes with a lot of risk. A lot of risk. It's very, very highly likely you will take a loss, especially in these other groups. They have like a 60% win rate. They take losses all the time. So that is just something you have to be prepared for, both mentally and financially. All right. But yeah, that's basically how we executed these trades today. At the same time, we did use volume footprint chart as well on these trades. If I pop this out over here into QQQ, I can show you the volume footprint over here. So you'll be able to see actually the volume reversal. Okay. So it's going to look very different because now the market's closed. But in this moment, all right, when this first 5-minute candle closed on QQQ here on the volume footprint chart, I actually noticed there was a ton of buying pressure and almost nothing on the sell side. So when this was shifted up here, we only had about 15,000 on the sell side, believe it or not. This thing just started to reverse right when it turned against us. So that trade got stopped out at entry. That to me, that was the main confirmation that, hey, I want to go short. It's rejecting the key level, right? Point of control has shifted against me. Volume has shifted against me. This is where I need to act now. Take that short entry. It is before my planned level, but I can't ignore the volume. The volume is screaming at me to get into shorts. So that's why we caught such a large move today. I just identified the shorts much earlier than all these other communities that waited, 25 minutes to get in this trade? I mean, we were already 150 points in profit when everybody was entering for shorts. So, but that's the beauty of trading order flow. All right. So kept it short and sweet. If there's anything else I can help you guys with, put it in the comments below. Let me know what you would like me to go over. If you have a specific trade, you can even put that in the comments. You can say, hey, James, this was the date I took the trade. This is where I entered. This is where I exited. What do you think? I'll do a whole trade review just for your comments. You guys just let me know. All right. So again, if you want to see any of my live trades, just check my playlists. I have live trading, and then I have the Trading Academy. The Trading Academy is going to be all the classes, how I find my entries, live order book level 2 time and sales explanations, the whole nine. I go over all of that. All right. You're going to find more value here than you will in someone's boot camp that costs $5,000. So, and make sure you subscribe because I'm going to keep doing these, going through eternity. So, all right. You guys have a blessed one. Remember the positive, 1% better every single day. Keep crushing it. Remember, this is a journey, not a sprint. Okay. It's a marathon. You're not trying to get rich quick overnight. If you have that mentality, you will more than likely suffer and fall flat on your face figuratively. So just have a long-term mindset, a long-term approach to this, proper risk management, be safe about it. Right? Don't be risking your family's savings or your savings on stuff like this. Keep it reasonable, and you'll find some success with it. All right? You guys have a good one.